Good morning and welcome to John Beck. This is your principal, Mr. Lin, and I hope that you had a wonderful Thursday yesterday. Today is Friday, October 21st, 2022, and it is a day D. Before we kick off this wonderful day, I want to invite you to stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Go ahead and take a seat. I want to thank you for joining me. It's always nice to have all of you kids. And let me also add this. It's nice to have all of you teachers and staff members here. We know that the kids are some of the most important ingredients for our school, but let's not forget about all the amazing things that our teachers and all of our staff members do as part of our school as well. And so kids, if you haven't already done this, make sure you offer that thanks to your teacher. Make sure you offer that thanks to Mrs. Miller and Miss Allen in the main office, or Miss Lopez, or Miss Oliveri, or Miss Horton, your specials teachers, right? So make sure to offer that gratitude. And one thing that you'll realize is that the more you practice thanking people, the more you actually feel better about yourself. If you don't believe me, try it. Go start thanking people. I guarantee you, it will make you feel like $1,000,000. All right, let's go over our lunch choices. We have 4 choices, as always. Choice 1, Mickey's WG Pizza, whole grain pizza. That's your first choice, a hot meal. Your second choice is the Chef Junior salad. Choice 3 is the lunchbox meal for our kindergarten, first and second grade students. It's with turkey. And then for our 3rd through 6th grade students, it's the turkey sandwich. Last but not least, choice 4, sun butter sandwich. All right, you know what the 3 R's are. Number 1, be respectful to yourself as well as to others. Number 2, be responsible. Not just with your hands and your feet and the words that come out of your mouth, right? You want to be a hero. You want to use helpful words, helpful hands, helpful feet, helpful anything you do, not hurtful. But also being responsible in keeping your promises, saying what you mean, doing what you say, doing what you mean. All of those things matter too, and they all fall under responsibility. And finally, show that you're ready to learn, even if learning is hard, which it is going to be hard. I guarantee you, learning may be easy for some things, but it is hard for others. And I think those of you guys who've picked up a sport, you're learning how to throw a baseball for the first time, it's hard. You may enjoy it over time, and you might realize you get better at it over time. And just by getting better, you may enjoy it even more. But learning comes with challenges. And that's the same with reading. That's the same with writing and math and learning anything, honestly. And being ready also means being ready to stop bullying. Being ready, if you're a bully, to stop, right? So that's one of those things I want you guys to remember. Remember, in the month of October, we are talking about how do we stop bullies. It starts with identifying it. And if you see it around you, it's important that you recognize it and you try to stop it. You do your part. But sometimes finding out where the bullies are may mean that you got to look yourself in the mirror. And if you are finding out that you are doing some bullying behavior, that's where you also need to stop. Now, it just so happened there were some 5th and 6th grade students that I was talking to lately. And I think some of you guys may know who I'm talking, if I'm talking about you. But I've been noticing that some of you guys are making the right decision. As far as I know, certainly behind my back. And that's awesome. Many of you guys are kind of looking yourself in the mirror and realizing, what can I do better for this world? And you guys are doing it, and I love you for it. All right, so special announcements. You guys already know that there is a yearbook contest cover. This is for our 6th grade students. Don't forget that, we are asking 6th grade students to turn in, designs for the yearbook. The theme is called Moving Mountains. Make sure you turn yours in by October 21st to Mrs. Saunders. We will make sure to vote, and the top 2 choices will be the front and back cover of the yearbook. So that'll be pretty cool. If you're one of the 2 winners, you'll also get a free yearbook as well. All right. Now, the next announcement here is about student council. I think I forgot to mention this yesterday, but We will be selecting 2 representatives from each of the 5th grade classrooms and then 3 representatives from each of the 6th grade classrooms, as well as 1 representative from Miss Del Prior's classroom. Okay, so your homeroom teacher has probably already sent to you, if you're in 5th and 6th grade, a Google form, a survey to fill out. Make sure you make a good impression, take care of your spelling, your grammar, and all of that good stuff. And as we read your stuff, don't forget, we're also going to be trying to picture you and thinking about whether you've been upholding respect, responsibility, and readiness. Okay, the deadline for that application is Friday, October 28th. That's next Friday. So make sure you get that taken care of if this is interesting you. And then we'll announce our winners on our actual election day in our society, which is Tuesday, November 8th. Okay, now this day in history, back in 1879, not in the 1900s, but a century before that, in 1879. There's a guy by the name of Thomas Edison. You may have heard of him. He's really famous, one of the great inventors in American history. A lot of people will tell you that he invented the light bulb. Kind of true. He didn't invent the light bulb. There were actually other people who have created ways to create light with electricity, creating the first light bulbs. The thing about Thomas Edison was that he realized that other people's light bulbs were really expensive to make. So if it's super expensive, no one's going to buy it. If no one's going to buy it, there's no way for it to spread in being used. What Thomas Edison was most famous for did have something to do with the light bulb. He created the incandescent light bulb, which ultimately was the cheapest version of a light bulb. And so for him, creating a light bulb that was easy to buy also meant that more and more people ended up using it. And as people purchased this light bulb, they of course thought about who invented that particular light bulb, and that was Thomas Edison. So no, Thomas Edison did not invent the light bulb, but on this day, October 21st, 1879, he invented the light bulb that ended up getting used by most people around the world, the incandescent light bulb. And, even now you can find it, that kind of light bulb. So that's what Thomas Edison's famous for. And his kind of light bulb ended up spreading all over the world. And that's kind of pretty cool, too, when you're an inventor. All right. If you haven't heard it from anybody, I want you to hear from me. I love you. I care about you. I'm here to encourage you. You know what to do. Go find your friends, go find your principal, go find your teachers, go find your parents. I want to say this. This week, there were 2 parents that came up to me, and they both told me that at night, some of you all are telling your parents or your family members, you love them, you care about them, and you're there to encourage them. And you know what's really cool? Those parents would not have shared that story with me if it didn't mean something to them. Of course it meant something to them. And for both of them, they admit it'll never get old. So keep it up. You're making this world a better place by sharing that love, care, and encouragement. Can't wait to see you guys around. Have an amazing Friday.